Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As you'll see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today. I'll be relaxing as per usual, the last recorded episode, because I am not here over this weekend. Although I always say on Monday it's a bank holiday week, so it's actually a long weekend here in the UK. And you might be like, what does that mean? Well, bank holidays, I'm not sure, it's probably not that common thing in other countries, as I understand it, but basically it's just like an extra day of holiday in the UK, which we have. Or it's like a public holiday, but it doesn't celebrate anything. I guess it's just, well, I don't really know how they came about, but they exist. But anyway, hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 6:11 p.m. on Friday, August 25th, 2023. But yeah, what am I going to talk about today? I was going to talk about something, but I genuinely can't remember what it was anymore. Well, my birthday's coming up, I suppose, you know, and in the next coming... Is it next weekend? I think it's next weekend, isn't it, right? I'm trying to think how dates work. Yes, it is next weekend, which is pretty crazy to think about. And I'll be going on holiday, you know, not long after that. So I've got to, for one, build up quite a big backlog of videos to make sure that it's fine over holidays. I'm only gone for about a week or so, I think. I think so. So, hopefully I'll be okay. Oh, look. My birthday's even announced on here. So that's tomorrow. Oh, unfortunately, I'm not going to be playing tomorrow, and so we're going to miss your birthday. But, yeah. What was I going to talk about? I had a conversation in mind. I cannot remember what it was anymore, though. You know what the strangest thing is? I have a song from Project Sakai stuck in my head. Well, I guess it's a Vocaloid song, technically, but it was also made for Project Sakai. I can't even remember its full title, but I know in English it's called, like, Nikori Survey Team, which just basically means, like, Smile Survey Team. And the general premise, I suppose, of a song is, like, a space exploration team trying to find smiles. It's basically one of the most infectiously happy songs, like, I've ever heard. Which is weird to say that it's a song which I like so much, I suppose, because, I mean, you know me, I kind of like my, not bitter songs, but more like melancholy songs, you know, my downbeat, melancholy power ballads, really emotional. Those are the sort of things which I'm like, yes, this is my jam, you know, like, G-Friends Memoria, I don't know why that's the first time that came to mind. I can't even think of something else. Like, Titanium is probably my favourite pop song. What else is a really sad song or melancholic song that I tend to like? I mean, I like Adele songs generally, but I think they have a sense of melancholy to them. What about that song from Finding Paradise? What's it called? Wish My Life Away. That is a gorgeously sad song. That's like one of the pinnacles of, like, deliciously sad. I think delicious is probably the wrong word to use there. That makes it sound infinitely more creepy than I intended. But yeah, but so I'm not normally someone who's like, oh, give me hype songs, give me upbeat party songs or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes you go far enough where it just becomes like infectiously happy, where it's like, it literally just like is overwhelmingly happy, and then I'm just like, oh, you know, then I like it again. And this is one of them, and it's so stuck in my head because it's got the catchiest chorus, which goes Nicoli, coli, 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 coriander. I mean, I can't really remember the rest of it, but just that part, it's just like, it's so random, but apparently it means something like smiley, crispy, crunchy coriander, and I mean, it's just there for the onomatopoeia, and it's very sort of pop song-esque, isn't it? When I sing it like that, it's just like a catchy syllable over and over again, but it's really like a very random song, I suppose. And there's one part of it which I love as well, which goes like pa 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 pa. Oh wait, pa pa passport, no, pa 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 passport morta, something like that. Like, ha ha ha, have you got your passport? Keep a change of clothes. No, keep. I keep forgetting my clothes, something like that. And then mobile battery charged up. I don't even remember what the next part is. Like, make sure you have your bravery or something. Courage, bring it along. Something like that. I'm not doing it justice, to be honest, but it's so catchy in my head. It's got this goofy dance in it where we basically just like spell out the letters. But I don't know. There's something about a point where something becomes infectiously happy, where it like overrides my desire to have slow, sad, melancholic things, you know? I wouldn't say I'm like extremely a melancholic person. I think if you compare me to the average person, I'm probably a bit more downbeat than the average person. I don't think I'm like I don't think I'm like sad or anything. I'm not like a wet blanket. I like to think. I don't know. It's just like, it's my favorite media emotion exploration is sad things. So that's kind of like why, I suppose. What is going on? Yeah, I just tend to prefer sad things. Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, how rage bait gets a lot of people. You read something and it gets, you know, people react to it angrily and be like, oh, I can't believe you would do this. Like, who would think about this? Like, this just makes me mad. That sort of thing. That has, like, what sad things do. What sad stories, I should say. Sad fictional stories. Sad actual stories are just sad, to be honest. But sad fictional stories, I suppose, invoke that same sort of, not reaction, but engagement, I suppose, with my mind. You know, where I'm just like, oh, this is so sad, but, you know, I guess it's because it's fictional, now I think about it, because now I'm thinking about it more. If I had, like, an actual sad story, I think I'd just be sad, like, you know, like an actual human being. But when it's in a story format, I guess it's, like, a safe way to explore the concept of it. So it's just like, man, the concept of this is absolutely shattering. It sort of feels like, you get the emotional impact of, you know, heavy hitting things, but you still have the safety of, oh, it's just fictional in the end, so, you know, you can take a step back from reality. It's like being able to, you know, have a, maybe I shouldn't say that, no, of course, video. It's being able to have safe boundaries, I suppose. Safe, comfortable boundaries. It's like wearing a harness, I suppose, while doing something death-defying. But yeah, there's a point where things get, like, infectiously happy, I think, which is sort of, like, increasing my desire to engage with it and whatnot. You know, like, some of my friends are very happy, like, genuinely positive, like, excited people, which is, I think, quite a contrast, I suppose, to my very sort of slow, melancholic pace. Well, I shouldn't say melancholic, because I don't think I have a melancholic mood so much as it's more like a very detached. Oh, what's the word? Restrained, sort of thing. But there's a point where things become so infectiously happy that it feels like you've got to be happy about it, you know. And I mean, I do like happy things as well. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like I particularly seek out media which engages with that. So it's not like comedy. I don't particularly look out for comedy or anything like that. If you're like, hey, would you want to watch like this opera which would make you cry or something, or would you want to go see like a stand-up special by someone, I'd be like, you know, take me to that opera. You know, I'm not really, I said it before, you know, I have nothing against stand-up comedy, and I have seen stand-up comedy shows live, and, you know, I've generally enjoyed them. Some of them are hit or miss, but it's not like my I was going to say pièce de résistance, that's wrong. Not my joie de vie, you know? If anything, I need a peur de vie. Actually, I think peur's fear, not sadness. What's that? Triste de vie, something like that. Is that sadness? Maybe that's Spanish, I can't remember. It's been ages since I've done French. You're going to have to forgive me. Okay, plant a tree. We can do that here. I forgot what I was saying about this. Like, there was a point I was leading up to, but I genuinely cannot remember anymore. What's it going to be? Genuinely, what was it? Something about effect. Oh, that was it. So I do like happy things in general, but, you know, the things I like which are happy, which is not generally like comedy things. I'll tell you, like, what one of my favorite subreddits is contagious laughter, which is basically just people laughing like crazy so much that the fact it's contagious. I mean, many things are contagious, you know, smiles, laughter, sneezes, all very yawning, all very contagious things for the human body. Infectious diseases, you know, we ran the whole gamut about the things which, and I suppose, are contagious to each other, contagious, quote, for humans. But I don't know, I just like it. It's just like heartwarming wholesomeness, I suppose, but wrapped up in a nice little package, you know. There's something about people being really excited or joyful about something, which is, you know, engaging, you know. I mean, starting to sound pretty parasocial, which is not really what I meant. I'm not like watching their videos and being like, gosh, I wish that was me, because I had plenty of really fun times with my friends. In fact, those more happy, it'd be great if we had, you know, even more of those happy times, you know, not all the time, of course, you know. I feel like a healthy balance of emotions is good for, you know, mental well-being in the first place. But yeah, I basically what I mean is, I don't mean it in a parasocial sense. I don't mean like, ha ha ha, I'm like laughing with them. I have my very, very solid friend group already, which I will laugh with instead. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just about people having a grand time doing something so stupid. I guess it's that sort of like, it's not, what's the opposite of Schadenfreude? You know, like well, I guess the opposite of Schadenfreude would be taking pain in other people's pleasure, which is not really what I meant, but taking pleasure in other people's pleasure, just being like, oh, you know, that's going to be like a memory that they talk about for ages. They seem like they're having a fantastic time. It seems hilarious. That's the sort of thing where I'm like, yeah. Yeah, so happiness. I don't know, more happiness. But yeah, I mean, talking about more happiness, for my birthday, you might be like, hey, Dana, darling, what are you going to do for your birthday? Well, I'm probably going to do the same thing I did last year. Well, not exactly the same thing, similar thing, because normally I think on my birthdays, you know, we have a small group of friends where it's just like, okay, now is the time where you can do literally anything for your birthday. It's your birthday. Go wild with it, you know? It's sort of like, sorry, I was drinking some water. Permission to be like, okay, you know, all bets are off. Whatever you want to do, we will do it. That sort of thing, which is nice, obviously. You might be like, wouldn't it be nice if you did that all the time? But you know, it's the sort of thing where I suppose you realize that your friends aren't always going to be into the exact same things you are. So that's just my word of advice. Is, you know, your friendship circles don't always have to be one single circle. You can have overlapping circles, you know. Maybe you have a friend who's really into musical theatre and you can go watch musical theatre, things like that, but they absolutely hate playing, I don't know, golf, but you love playing golf. Well, then, you know, you can find a different community to play golf with you or something. I think it's certainly something which I think was much more prevalent, especially when I was younger, is the idea that it's like, I want to do things I want, but I want to do them with my friends right now, rather than it being the other way around, being like, I want to do things I want to make friends doing the things I want, and also, you know, my friends which I have as a solid core will do things which we can all enjoy together, rather than only like one person enjoying or a handful of people enjoying. Of course, you know, relationships and friendships are much more complicated than that. It's not as easy as, you know, do things you like with the people who like to do things. That's, you know, obviously sometimes that's pretty just redonkulous. But yeah, for birthdays, it's basically, you know, like if a birthday person dictates what goes on for that day. And probably what's going to happen is we'll go to a museum of some sort. I don't know what museum. Last year we went to Victoria and Albert Museum, which is a very cool one, mainly because I was like, there's a Beatrix Potter exhibit, and I loved Beatrix Potter when I was growing up, so that's something I definitely wanted to see. And yeah, I enjoyed the exhibit, to be honest. I don't remember what I was going with this. Where was I going with this? I know, the V&A has a lot of cool stuff. And then we watched the play That Goes Wrong, and that was pretty cool. This year I suggested, like, let's watch another show, and I was like, why do we watch like a musical this time? Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to watch Six, the musical, the one about Henry VIII's wives and that sort of thing. But it's like it's like just completely sold out on my birthday. So I was like, okay, you know, that's not going to happen. So I was looking at the other ones. I was like, oh, maybe Book of Mormon. Like, that's been out for a while. You know, I've heard good things about it. And then, you know, Hamilton. So initially I suggested Book of Mormon, but then I thought about it yesterday, because I wasn't going to suggest Hamilton, because I was like, one of my friends really likes Hamilton soundtrack, and when I thought about it, I was like, wait, I'm not actually sure if he's seen Hamilton or not, because I feel like I remember having a conversation where he hasn't seen it, he just likes the soundtrack. So I was just like, why do we watch Hamilton? And now he's pretty hyped for that entire thing, you know, and I'm pretty hyped for the entire thing, because it's been honestly very overdue of me watching these things. You know, I love musical theatre, but I just don't go and see it all that often, to be honest. I really should. I should find like some sort of membership thing which gets me like discounted tickets or something for musical theatre, because then I'd be like, oh, now I have to go. Especially my mother likes musical theatre quite a lot as well, so, you know, us two are just like, yeah, musical theatre. It's the best. Yeah, is that a thing? I'm gonna look it up actually. London Musical Theatre Club or subscription based thing. I just want to see if there's like a way to get like discounted tickets to popular musical shows, you know? I don't remember what I was doing. What was I saying? I can't do this at the same time. Okay, I had to do this after. So just Hamilton, and I will buy tickets after this, and after I eat some food, because I'm actually kind of hungry now, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a good time. And, you know, that's just... Where was I going with? It's just like multiplicative happiness, I suppose. Ah, so that's still here. Oh, that's actually probably good because I need to record a Happy End Paradise episode today, so I'll probably see you. Well, I don't know if I'll see you, but maybe post-recording I'll see you. If I remember. Big question mark there. But yeah. That's just how it is. Oh, I forgot to make wishes on that island. Not that it really matters. We don't really need more star fragments, I think. The thing we definitely need now is just the recipes from Celeste. But yeah, what was I going to say about this? Yeah, like, infectious happiness. It's a nice thing to have, I suppose. I don't know what sort of videos are like best for infectious happiness. It's just like we silly contagious laughter moments where people are just doing something so ridiculous and everyone's having a good time. I guess that's kind of a key part of it, is I like it when everyone is having a good time. And that's basically what contagious laughter videos are, right? Now, I'm not here to say about, like, I wake up every morning and being like, oh, you know, I subscribe to Contagious Laughter, I watch all the videos or anything like that. It's more like, every once in a while, I'll think to myself, hey, I really want to smile. And then I'll look up, like, I'll go to Contagious Laughter. Or normally what happens is I just see it on the front page and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good subreddit. And then I'll go visit the subreddit and just, you know, laugh out, like, the top 5 videos and be like, oh, that's good fun. You know, something like that. Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with this, to be honest, but where was that going with? I don't know. Infectious happiness. Infect me with that happiness bug. I feel like that must be a song. Something about based around the concept of infectious happiness, you know? You can be like, oh, I got a viral disease and it's making me make me scream sounds a lot more sinister than I meant. Got a viral disease. Hold on, we're workshopping it in my head. Also, we have a visitor. I forgot about the campsite. We might as well see who it is. I can't get, like, the line "infect me with your happiness" or something out of my head, despite the fact it's not a song. But I think, well, it might be a song. I'm not aware of it being a song, but it could be a song. I'm not going to rule out possibilities. There's many possibilities in this world, egg boy. Egg boy? Ed boy? Ah, you are, like, Pierce or something. Starling! You're not Pierce. Pierce is a green parrot now I think about it. Are you the one who in Happy in Paradise, for some reason, you don't have a medieval or night-themed customization? Your customization is something like a space mission or something, right? It's the weirdest thing where I was just like, what? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.